to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Hi everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. Happy Monday and happy August 1st. If you can believe it, we are in the final quarter of 2022, but I am ready for the fall. I'm over the 3-digit hot summer, ready to put out the fall decor. I haven't done so yet, but probably by the end of August, I will have whatever fall decor I can find in my closet. I'm going to drag it out. Let me know if you've already decorated your home for fall. There's always the people who have it really early and the people who wait until like October to bring out their fall decor. But we have a lot of royalty to get through today. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So the very first story that came out was that Charles iced Harry after the Duke of Sussex refused to discuss his upcoming memoir, according to Neil Sean. They said Prince Charles allegedly iced his younger son Harry during their brief meeting back in April after the Duke of Sussex refused to reveal details about his upcoming memoir. So if you remember, Harry and Meghan made that surprise detour trip to the United Kingdom back in April en route to the Netherlands, where they had a very brief 10-minute meeting with Prince Charles. There was a rumor that there was a fight heard between Charles and Harry. Well, now more speculation and more details have been released as to what exactly went down in this meeting. Now, according to Neil Sean, he says that a very good source told him that, quote, the royal family is understood to be nervous about Prince Harry's upcoming memoir, which was reportedly signed off by the publishers. Prince Charles tried to ask Harry about the memoir during his brief stopover in April en route to the Invictus Games, and a very good source told him that Harry refused to talk about what he put down in his book during the meeting. This led Charles to allegedly ice his younger son and stop the meeting after just 10 minutes. The memoir published by Penguin Random House is expected to debut this winter, sometime between the Thanksgiving and the Christmas gift market. Mr. Neil Sean said, quote, we know that Prince Charles spent very little time with his son, and Charles wanted to have a one-on-one chat, but that ended up very brief in the meeting. Now, we know that Charles is very protective of his wife Camilla, and this year marked her 75th birthday, which was a major milestone, and we had Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee. So now that Harry's book was pushed back until the fall, I believe they're pushing it back because they're including more events like the Platinum Jubilee in his book. But the fact that Harry is being very tight-lipped about what is in the book means there's going to be some major bombshells. So Neil Sean said, quote, the fact they are remaining so tight-lipped means there have to be some major bombshells in the memoir. So I think it's going to cover his parents' marriage, the divorce, the affair, and the aftermath of Princess Diana's death, which are all very, very painful and sensitive topics to everyone involved in the royal family. And of course, this is going to shed another negative light on Charles and Camilla. Now, I'm going to go on record and say this. I am a Princess Diana fan. I love her. Unfortunately, this is the 25th year that she passed. May she rest in peace. But Charles and Camilla at this point deserve to be happy. Again, I don't agree with how they got into the relationship. I don't agree with the affair. It is what it is. You can't go back and undo what has happened. You can only move forward. They've been happily married for 17 years. We need to let it rest. So Harry isn't going to let it go. He's going to open up a can of worms, and he's going to paint a bad picture, in my opinion, about his father and Camilla, which is not great for them, considering he's the next King of England. He already has low popularity, and here comes Harry opening up the painful can of worms, reminding people again what happened. I think it's going to have some bombshells, and the fact that Camilla's going to be the queen consort, a lot of people are angry about it, and people are trying to get used to the idea of Charles becoming king. They're doing a very slow, kind of unofficial regency, if you will. Charles is definitely stepping up, looking more like a king, in my opinion. William definitely looking more like a king. They're moving Her Majesty to the back. She's not doing very many public appearances. It's going to be Charles and Camilla. And then here we go with the book. It's like he can't win. So it's going to be interesting to see what bombshells the petulant Prince of Monteshitshow puts in his book. And yes, I will buy it, and I will do a review for you, because hey, that's what I do here on the channel. But yeah, so that's the rumor on the street, that is what happened during that brief meeting when Harry went to go visit the UK right before the Netherlands, is that he had a big blowout with Charles over the book. Now, the other big story that is circulating is that Netflix is being urged to pull the plug on the non-producing Sussexes and their multi-million-dollar streaming deal. Now, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had announced that they had partnered with Netflix in September of 2020, but have yet to release any content. The exact details of the deal have not been disclosed, but several reports have suggested it could be worth in the excess of $100 million. Royal commentator Jonathan Scardotti said Netflix should, quote, reconsider the whole idea. He said, quote, with Netflix losing subscribers as fast as it is, perhaps they might reconsider the whole idea of making and broadcasting the Meghan and Harry program after all. After all, we know what it's going to be on their lives because they've hardly been low-key about it. It will be like the official version of history according to Harry and Meghan, so will probably be tweaked and edited to present their preferred version of events. Everything we're seeing now in the run-up feels like a behind-the-scenes film before the main show even happens. Now, we know that Harry and Meghan are doing their on-the-wall docu-series, according to them. It's a reality show documenting all of their philanthropy and behind the scenes. Again, that whole New York City tour. Everything we've talked about we know has been for the cameras. Even though they said they weren't filming a reality show, they technically were. So the only thing really worth anything is that reality show. But it's going to be like Finding Freedom meets Escaping the Palace, according to Harry and Meghan, and that nobody asked if we're okay. I don't think that's going to be a hit. Nobody wants to see the Mickey Mouse version, the watered down version of the truth that Harry and Meghan are going to present. That they're just really super sweet, nice people, and they're victims, and all they do is charitable acts, and everyone's mean to them. Nobody cares, and no one's going to believe that watered down version of the truth. So is anyone really going to watch, you know, a docuseries according to Harry and Meghan's truth, the watered down version of the truth, where it's going to be Finding Freedom meets Snow White meets Escape in the Palace? The narrative according to Harry and Meghan. I think we've already seen that narrative. Meghan, when Meghan flies out to Uvalde and sits there and prays in front of the children, but yet doesn't go and see her father who had a life-altering stroke just 3 hours away, right? The Meghan who says, nobody asks how I'm doing, after she just met with women who have horrific poverty and who have been tortured and have lost their families, and she looks at the camera and says, but you're not asking about me, as she stays in her 5-star hotel. Again, they are the most unself-aware people I've ever seen in my entire life. And let's be honest, their shelf life is getting a little stale. It has been almost 2 years since they have signed their deals not only with Netflix, but also with Spotify. And they haven't produced anything but 1 episode. Again, they announced on March 23rd that Meghan was coming out with her Archetype Feminist podcast. Where is it? They said sometime this summer. Well, it's August 1st. Are they going to wait until literally September 21st, which is the day before fall, and be like, nailed it? Told ya, summer, got it in the day before fall. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't think it's happening, folks. I really, really don't. They said it's coming out this summer. It's August. Where is it? There's not even a marketing date. There's no mention of it. Just coming out this summer. They are the non-producing Sussexes. They are a failure to launch. They're really good at signing multi-million-dollar deals, but I think they're finding out that Spotify and Netflix are a four-letter word. Work. Yes, that thing that peasants do. Work. People actually expect you to work and produce the product that they are paying you for. You can't just say, well, I'm a duchess. That's not going to cut it. You can't hire people to do it for you. I mean, I guess you could, but you know what I mean? They already have a staff of people who are doing all of the heavy lifting at her Spotify podcast. I don't understand why they can't even have one episode come out. She literally has to show up at the studio and say, is this thing on? Testing. Record the episode. Her staff will hand her a list of questions. Her guest will be sitting there, and then she can get up and everyone else around her will do the rest of the work. She barely has to do anything, and she still can't get a podcast out. Are they not able to book guests? What is the holdup? She has a whole staff of people. How do you have a job for literally a year where you produce nothing? Nothing. I don't get it. And now they have all those new people that were hired by Spotify and nothing. 4 months later, nothing. So now Netflix, as we know, is having major financial problems. They've lost around 200,000 subscribers. They've had to raise their prices, and they've canceled Pearl. So the only thing these Sussexes really have in the can is the Heart of Invictus. That's literally it after 2 years, almost 2 years. So this on-the-fly docuseries better be good or they're done, in my opinion, because they're not going to have anything else worth value. I mean, Pearl was canceled. Heart of Invictus, in my opinion, is not going to be a huge hit. People already know who won the games. I don't think it's going to be that exciting if they wait until the end of the year to release it. That's already 6+ months since the game started. And this docuseries, who knows when that's going to air, if it ever airs. Again, it might be so bad that the people on Netflix might be like, nah, I think we're good. So in my personal opinion, they could be dropped from Netflix because Netflix does not have $100 million to be paying the Sussexes for crap. Okay? For shows that aren't going to do very well in the ratings. I mean, look at Meghan's Bench. Her book is in the toilet, 99-cent Ben. So after this Tom Bower release, I mean, more and more people are just really starting to see the Sussexes for who they are. And I think they're going to have a problem selling this docu-series, especially if it's the watered-down version that Harry and Meghan are probably going to offer up. Unless they put in some major, juicy bombshells like he's going to possibly put in his book. Otherwise, they might be passing on it. That's my opinion. So those are the rumors on the street. And the very last story I have today is the Duchess of Cambridge helps team Great Britain to victory in a Commonwealth sailing race. The keen sailor takes to the seas with Sir Ben Ainsley's team for a friendly race against New Zealand in Plymouth. The Duchess of Cambridge brought good luck to the British sailing team as she helped their crew to victory in a friendly Commonwealth race under the eye of Olympian Sir Ben Ainsley. The Duchess, who was also a very keen sailor, wore a wetsuit to play her full part in the Great Britain crew, briefly taking control of the 49-foot F-50 catamaran for the exhibition race at Plymouth Sound. The British team sailed to an easy victory in front of thousands of spectators, with Sir Ben calling his newest recruit, quote, a really good sailor in her own right. The Duchess visited Plymouth in her role as patron of the 1851 Trust, the official charity of the Great Britain Sail GP team. Congratulations to the Duchess of Cambridge and Team GB for their victory. She looked absolutely stunning as she always does. So what do you think, guys, of the stories of the finding out the truth of what happened between Charles and Harry during that visit in April? What do you think about Netflix? Do you think they're going to dump these Sussexes? And do you also think that the Spotify podcast with Meghan is donezo? And what do you think about Kate helping Team GB sail to an easy victory? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.